Hello there all you island hopping adventurers, this is Frags the Malaysian Gamer, and today I will be showing you guys a game called Overfall. Overfall is actually an indie game made by a small new studio, I'm not sure from where, Para Games, and it's relatively cheap on Steam. This is a PC game, by the way. You get it for RM31 ringgit on Steam. Absolutely cheap, great value and stuff like that. So what is Overfall? Overfall is an indie strategy tactical, and they call it RPG, although I tend to disagree with the RPG element. At least in my first impressions, I don't quite agree that it's an RPG, because actually it is, I would say it is more like a roguelike tactical strategy game. Yep. And I'll drop the RPG, at least in the first impressions, because I wanted to say that, but I got distracted there. Because it has no leveling system. So you have characters in your party and there is absolutely no leveling. So how does the game work actually? Let me show you. So let's start a new game here. You have two characters. These are the two main characters. If these two characters die, your game is gone. Your game over. There's a lot of stats here, which if you are a statistician or you love stats, you're going to love this game. At least I can't guarantee that you love this game. I'll get to my issues of this game later on, but there's a lot of stats. There's a lot of symbols here that don't make much sense with numbers below it. I guess you have tooltips here which tells you what they are. This is your class. You have a fighter or a cleric. Okay, there's a lot of different classes here which you unlock, I suppose. Yeah, you unlock the different classes. So if I am a cleric, oh, I can't select cleric because the girl is a cleric. The lady, let's just go with Gallo and Simone. I like those names. She is a cleric and he is a fighter. So you unlock new classes as you play the game. That's pretty cool. Weapons, I use the Hrodgal. I actually can unlock new weapons as well. There's a lot of replaying in this game. That's why I call it like a rogue-like-ish. And the three different abilities here, which is chop, cleave and execute. Let's look at the nitty-gritty of the game, right? It says here, what does chop do? Okay, so chop deals 4 damage, applies bleeding 50%, so there's a bleeding thing which I think bleeds over a couple of turns. It doesn't say how long bleeding lasts. Cooldown 0, target equals target enemy. Basically this skill, you target an enemy. Range is 1, radius target only. Radius target only. Yeah, radius means that whether it's a radius spell or skill and so on and so forth. Cleave applies mortal wound, bleeding, bone pores. I'm not exactly sure what's good about this attack or anything like that. Execute applies blind, deals plus 3 damage if the target has less than 50 health points. Okay, this I can have an idea of why I would use it. Earthcrack applies vulnerable, removes 1 buff from foes. Unbreakable applies vigor and removes 2 debuffs. Incapacitate applies disarm, mobilize, and trinkets, which give you cool little stat boosts, like weapon attacks have 50% chance to heal. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to go into much detail. The cleric is a light bearer. She has some healing spells and some skills to like dispel and debuff enemies. I'm not a big fan of cleric though, although can I, no, you can't pick 2 of the same class. So you know what, let's go ahead. You don't know where it starts, right? You just gotta click here actually. No, you gotta click on the such a dum there. A dum. You've got to click on the little tick there. Press F1 to see the condition list. Obviously you can't press F1 now, it's loading screen. So the game loads and oh yeah, there's a conditions list. It basically explains to you up here. You have made it through the portal and back into your home world. I can't believe my eyes! You are them! 3 centuries have passed since you entered that portal and now you're back! Okay, there is no voiceovers or anything like that. So you have to make do with actually reading and your imagination more than anything. Okay, so the way you actually answer dialogues is both characters can actually speak and they have some unique things to say as well. So you may have like for instance I can say we've been here before, we know it all, or 3 centuries have passed, how? Who are you? Oh, I've played this game a bit, I don't want to go through that entire dialogue, so let's just say we know it all. Okay, I can already see the edge tomorrow from here. Okay, let's embark. Basically this is a very procedural roguelike random stuff. So what you have here, okay, this part here reminds me a lot of another game that I like really a lot, which is Don't Starve. It's a survival roguelike sort of game, but they added a new DLC or expansion called what? Shipwreck. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called Shipwreck. Don't Starve Shipwreck, which is basically about that's a weird looking. That's an orc ship. He's charting this area. I better just move around. I just click my mouse cursor anywhere, or I can use the keypad to sort of move my characters. Hey, wait, there. Whatever happened there, that thing has left. Yep. Okay. Stuff is happening. That orc ship is coming after me. Or maybe not. Let's go here. So you drop by on the different islands in this map. Shipwreck was like that basically. I wanted to say before I got distracted. Shipwreck is basically you build a boat and you basically hop from island to island and find cool new stuff to do. In this game it's similar in that sense, but it is not Don't Starve at all. Okay, a survival element is not its strong point, but what it is it has a pretty random procedural, I wouldn't say procedural, it is basically taking off a database of different stories and quests. So the different islands have different quests which may require fighting, some puzzle solving, or maybe even exploration, or rather I wouldn't say exploration, but going to another island to complete the quest. And the game actually has the gives you the ability to actually build your own quest as well. They call it a story builder. It's apparently really powerful, but I am not going to actually take that on. So I'm just going to judge my playthrough of the main campaign, or rather this campaign. I don't know if there is a main campaign. Probably there is. So upon disembarking from your ship, you see a village burning in the distance. So I can approach the village and find out what's going on. And here, these people are asking me, are you with the Union? So upon your arrival, you discover a patrol of Everguards picking up the wreckage of the former settlement. So he asks, good day citizen, are you with the Union? Yes. Oh, ask them what the Union is. Oh no. So let's lie and say yes. The Everguards nod and ready their weapons. Charge! Okay, so obviously these people are not the Union. But so I have. Okay, so we are going into combat here. This is a turn-based combat game, so you can see that there are hexes here. I need to explain a couple of things. So Gallo and Simone here, this is their life bar, or rather this is how much life left. The stats, I told you that there's tons and tons of stats, so the game delivers on that front. So accuracy, defense, health, initiative, speed, and what's the last one? What's the last one? Come on, critical chance. And there's a couple of stuff here. Simone versus him. She's a bit weaker. Yeah, she is a bit more weaker, so you don't want her to be right in the front. Okay, here's the different. I wouldn't say a different thing. It is different thing, but okay, so here's the difference, or rather, the unique thing about the Overfall's tactical campaign, or rather, tactical battles, is that I don't I don't quite know why they do this, but they are basically three phases. So you have the movement phase, and then you have, as you can see here, this is the movement phase, and then you have, I don't know what phase, and then you have the skill phase, I believe. This is the skill phase if I'm not mistaken. Or some attack. This is the attack phase, and this is the skill phase, yeah. Something like that. So let's just continue here. So my warrior, I'm going to move him right there. Okay. So he does all three phases basically. So so the next phase is that he has two buffs here, melee charge plus retaliation. So I'm going to use Earthcrack to remove one of the buffs. Like that. So he only has melee charge plus 1 to speed, and now I have a chance to attack him. Actually, can I see his stats actually? Can I see his stats? Yeah, I can. Yeah, you can see his stats. So he has 20 life. The other Arcanist has 18. Okay, so I am going to... I'm not going to use blind, cleave, bleeding, oh sorry. Cleave applies bone paw on critical hit. You see, I don't know what that means, you know. And chop, bleeding 50%, base damage 4. So now I can apply confusion. Come on. Okay, 4 damage. That's cool. He's running away over to her. That side there, and apply fury and precision. So you should move here, and then you should incapacitate. Although I don't know whether incapacitate does much stuff for magic people. Oh, he's bleeding, right? So if I apply cleave to him, anyway, he's dead. So done. The last of the Everguards collapses. So here, let me explain to you guys the loot that I just got. I got 6 food. Simone gained rapid, increases speed stat by 1. Gallo gained razor sharp, increases crit chance stat by 6%, and gain cautious. So here's the thing about leveling and an experience system, right? This game doesn't have that. So what it has instead is that you fight these tactical battles and you win, or you get loot, and you get certain trinkets, items that then boost your power, or as well as you get some status like a character, really. Think of it like a Crusader King thing. So they get this, you know, I'm not 100% sure whether this is permanent buffs, but this seems to be the only way that your characters can actually improve. So it means that you will have to go out there and basically fight battles. And do you know what, that's not easy, because let me explain to you why. Let's go back to my ship here. So at my ship, yeah, she says she's starving, so that's why you need food. And when you're not moving, everything is super slow. Basically this is means that I have visited that island. Okay, there's an orc ship there. I don't want them chasing after me. I'm going to go to this island here. Okay, so I can click here, so I can feed the character to restore 2 HP for food. Okay, I believe she has. Eat again. Yep. So over here it says that I have frag and dust and rune and food. So frag is basically a currency of dice or days or something. This is the world of the game. Dust is basically a magical ingredient, which can be spent on guild ships to upgrade utility skins. Okay, cool. So that's another currency for upgrading. And rune can be used for resurrection and protection. Hiring companions, because you see the thing is that you have only 2 companions. This is your main 2 characters, and if they die your game is over. But you'll be facing other foes like 3 or 4 different enemies in a single tactical battle, which may seem ludicrous because it's almost impossible. It feels impossible to take them on. You can actually hire other companions, which I haven't done yet actually, so I don't know how what's the deal with companions here. Okay, the Warren are after us. So over here I've come across this little village with a well, or not a well, I don't know what that is. So asking around in town, you learn that a particular village is badly in need of medical attention. Simone getting cautious. So yeah, even before, it's not just battles that give your characters traits, but obviously experiencing certain story quests also gives your character traits such as that. So over here, this old man tells you, yep, I tell you, I've got 1 foot in the grave. And then you have a couple of choices here. You can go back to the ship and leave the old man to die, or you can give the man a mighty sniff of dust and see if it improves his condition, or ask him if there are any physicians living in this island. Or this yellow one is this unique thing that that character has to say. Attempt to heal the old man through divine intervention. Okay, so I think you should attempt. Why not? It works. The old man stretches his legs and arches his back. I feel like I'm 89 again. It works. Now I can congratulate the man on his good health. Okay, so every town needs its crazy old man, and you saved ours. We owe you one, stranger. So they've given us 1 dust. Not a big deal. So I return back to my ship. So you might be asking, what? Okay, there's something going on here. The Warn ship is sailing to plunder an island. Let's check out this. Oh, I don't know what that is. That doesn't look nice. Let's go to this barren island, which is human and orc. So I come across the inhabitants of this island's village tell you that their healer was abducted by orcs. I can't talk today. And taken to their camp. I'm turning into an orc actually. We haven't a chance of surviving the plague seasons if we don't get him back somehow. But we have no warriors. Can we take them on? They've been abducted by orcs and taken to their camp. This may be a bit too I'll head to the camp and see what I can do. So you head to the camp. Okay, these are 3 dudes here. You enter the orc camp. The mood is hostile as the orc is catch sight of you and their hands edged towards their weapon. You aren't orcs. You aren't an orc. You are the kidnapped humans. Oh, we must defend ourselves. Yep, let's just say that. Oh, these are the kidnapped humans. So-called kidnapped humans. So he says that I was not kidnapped. I joined the orcs to learn their spiritual ways. I am doing no harm here. Okay, you know what? If you wish to learn more of the world, why not join me? I travel all over the place. Yeah, why not? With the witch doctor smiles. You are kind, but my place is with these people for now. Safe travel, friends. Okay. So there's another mechanic or other thing that I want to actually tell you guys about, is this little pip here. There's a lot of pips and knobs and buttons and drop down stat screens like that in this game. So this thing here is basically a list of 6 different factions here. So based on your quest and what you've done and your decisions, these things improve the relations or make it worse. So it says here, I'm currently neutral with the dwarves. They are in constant conflict with the goblins and they can be found in volcanic islands. And also I'm neutral with the elves. I'm basically neutral. This thing here, mysterious invaders started pouring from the portal, and the objective is to build a shipyard. So this, I presume, is the main quest really. So as the more you play it, I think this meter goes up and it shows the different bits here. Can I see here? Okay, what's about this? It doesn't. So there's actually a meter which shows the progress of the game really. And actually, even if I'm not moving here, the game isn't paused here, it's just super slow. Out in the waste of this island, you come across a bald, burly man who eyes you with suspicion. You strike me as the fighting type, am I right? Of course I am. He's gonna fight me, isn't it? The man grins. Oh, then what do you say we have a little wager between us? Go on. The man outlines his challenge. There's 2 bandit outposts on this island. We each go and destroy one. First one back here wins. Wins what? The other's respect, of course. I'm the wrestler, by the way. Nice to meet you. Let's get started. You come across a camp full of bandits. Which shall we attack? There's 3. I might actually die here, because I want to showcase just how unfair this game can actually be. So I'm going to move this guy here. These bandits, faceless acolyte, faceless adept, faceless leader. I'm not exactly sure which one is the faceless leader though, right? Because does it actually highlight? No, it doesn't. I don't know which one's the leader. I presume this is the leader. I can't zoom or anything. Okay. He's not going to do anything. He can't do anything. He can't do anything from here. So that's like a faceless adept. Okay. And the faceless acolyte comes towards her. But it does something to him, and that guy goes there and gives him haste. Okay, you should go here and remove some of those dispel. Yep, dispel to him. So remove the bad stuff. Retribution on him. And actually it's not a good idea to split the damage between different foes, so it's good to just attack those foes. He has haste. You know what? Applies. Okay, yeah, I have to use this because haste is too powerful, so I believe it's too powerful. I don't like facing any enemy in any RPG with haste actually, so actually if I apply retribution he might just die. He's dead. So now you move there, right? And he has enraged, double speed. I don't know whether I can remove that, so let's try Earthcrack and see whether I can remove that. No, I can't remove that, but what it does is that it makes him vulnerable. I can chop him now. Ah, yes, vulnerable means it's really good. Please do not die. Do not die on me. Okay, so she can move here. Actually, she should just move there. A regeneration. And Holy Nova, sure. That's to give health. I can then jump here and make 2 damage. So, and he's dead. So the bandits are dead and fallen by your hand. 3 dust, 5 food. I get panicky, decreases evasion and accuracy by 3. Oh no, that decreases accuracy thing is bad. Simone gain tough. Why is he panicky though? Simone gain tough. Okay, let's go. So let's return to where we started. He's not back. You wait for some time, but the wrestler is nowhere to be seen. Let's go to the other camp and save him. What, more of you? You find the wrestler with his back to the wall as a cave. To the wall as a cave full of bandits prepares to finish him. I could have said the same thing. Oh no, okay. Which means that now it's more of this basically. No, skip turn, skip turn. So So the wrestler. Oh, he's attacking my dude. Okay, let's move her there. And then let's apply edges to this dude. And then let's apply the judgment on him. Oh, I am going to die, aren't I? It was perhaps a bit too hasty, no pun intended, of me. Actually, I'm just going to jump here. That's just going. Oh, he's not dying. I'm dying. I am dying. Yep. Okay, so that guy's dead. Okay, you know what? It's time to go back. Seriously. Let's just skip this phase here. Oh no, I just lost Gallo there. He's going to attack me until I die. Let's walk over here. Let's apply aegis on myself. I can do that. And then let's apply retribution to this dude here. Yep, attack him. Come on, attack him. That's only 3. You call yourself a wrestler? Regeneration, okay. I just made. Let's go here. Okay, so he's hurting. I can't really apply that. Yeah, Holy Nova. Oh, let's skip that. Holy Nova helps. Okay, that guy's dead. Can I pull? No, I can't pull him, so I'll just skip that. I'll dispel this dude. Yep. And then apply retribution on him. 6 damage, that's good. Go and kick his arse. No, he can't. He can't do anything there. You can't get close to him. Okay, now's the time to win. Oh, I died. I died. So, the world turns and turns and returns to where it had begun, but something is different this time. Score 143, quite pathetic. That is basically Overfall, and you got to be really careful about not overextending yourself and getting into battles that you can't win. The problem with the game is the tactics itself. Unfortunately, the 3 phases thing, you know, I can see why the developers actually chose to use the 3 phases, but I always felt that the 3 phases thing was just a bit too cumbersome. Because there's a lot of times you have to skip some of those phases because you don't need to move and stuff. I don't see why they couldn't have designed a system, a tactical combat system where there wasn't this multiple phases to battles, actually to movement really to that one character. And this just complicates matter, and it just could have been done in a single just a single phase combat. But you know, I know that some people say that, hey, then that's not original. The original camp will come and say That doesn't make the game very original though then, right? Because then it just becomes any other tactic games like the hundreds of other tactic games out there. Not necessarily, because the game, even though it turns to be a tactical combat game, unfortunately that is the part that makes it also the least interesting and also a bit unfair. I find that, and by the way, I played Darkest Dungeon, okay, which is a freaking difficult roguelike tactical combat game, and I feel Darkest Dungeon is way more fairer than this game, because this game you can just jump into the from the frying pan into the fire basically, with some battles that are really tough to win, and especially you must keep an eye on your health, and if your health is too low, don't go into battle. Seriously, don't be stupid. So I mean, of course you could argue that, hey, that's just your fault, right? But no, there is a art to actually balancing your game, actually making the game a lot more fun actually for a lot of people. That's why I don't agree that games that are hard are just fun because they are hard. I mean, there has to be a really subtle tweaking to the mechanics and making the experience challenging yet fun. This game, I had fun dabbling with it. I might dabble with it a little bit more. Maybe I might unlock a couple of classes, but it's sort of, I would say, average. It has some neat ideas though. I have to applaud developers for being quite bold in trying something new out, but the tactical combat doesn't do it for me, unfortunately. So I hope you enjoyed my first impressions of Overfall. I hope to do a lot more first impressions. I think I have another one more game. It's been a pretty quiet month now because of E3, so there's not that many new games from this week and next week onwards, so you would probably be seeing a lot more let's plays. Actually, I have one more game, and once that one game is done, it's probably let's plays after that. Perhaps I will look through some of the slightly older games earlier this year when I am done with all my first impression games. So thanks for watching this video. This is Frags, the Malaysian Gamer, signing off. As always, have a fragtastic day. Bye.